Another death battle, this time with bounty hunters. Boba Fett is back, and I just so happen to have this shirt on. Okay. Truth be told, it never popped into my head until just now that I'm wearing a t-shirt that's fitting for this particular episode. Ugh. Just like the time that I eat Pizza Hut on an anniversary of Baylina Productions or something. So Boba Fett's back in Death Battle again. Yay! And this time it's against the Predator. Okay. Alright. I think the Lethal Firecracker will love this. The Lethal Theo. Josh or Gwen? I'm not sure what mindset that they're on, but I don't care. We focus on this particular baby, which is Boba Fett versus the Predator on Death Battle. It's gonna be great.
Boba Fett, the greatest bounty hunter from a galaxy far, far away.
And the Predator, the monstrous manslayer from beyond the stars.
There's nothing quite like the thrill of the hunt, especially when you're chasing that most dangerous game.
Not humans, we're talking face-hugging aliens and space wizards. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, it's going to be 3D. Okay.
Throughout the galaxy, few names are as feared as Boba Fett.
When you've got the greatest army of all time cloned after you're dead, that's no big surprise.
In an incredibly convoluted bid to wrest control of the Galactic Republic, the Sith Lords Darth Sidious and Tyrannus secretly organized the construction of a clone army based on the genetic code of the galaxy's greatest bounty hunter at the time, Jango Fett.
On one condition, Jango Unchained got to keep one unaltered clone as his son, Boba, who became a cute little murderer just like his pop. Well, that is, until Jango, let it get to his head.
Just as headstrong as his father, Boba swore vengeance on the Jedi and devoted his life to becoming as deadly an assassin as his forebears.
Yeah, 'cause the Fetts aren't just random badasses, they're Mandalorians. Basically a society completely dedicated to the art of war. Most of the time.
Indeed. In the galaxy's past, Mandalorians have waged war against the Jedi and easily held their own, despite lacking use of the Force.
And what's a self-respecting Mandalorian without his Mandalorian armor? Inherited from his dad, Fett's armor is made out of Beskar.
Also known as Mandalorian iron, Beskar is one of the strongest materials in the galaxy. Tough enough to resist thermal detonator blasts and lightsaber strikes. Even bolts of lightning that can vaporize people aren't enough to harm the armor itself.
Fett's helmet has a targeting system, lets him see in infrared, and even has 360-degree vision.
And his wrist-mounted vambraces, designed to counteract a Force user's powers, come with a variety of indispensable tools, like a flamethrower, fiber cord whip, mini concussion rocket, laser beam, and forearm blades.
But when Fett wants to take his opponent by surprise, he breaks out the kneecap rockets. Not since the butt machine guns has Death Battle seen a weapon so devious.
As a living Swiss Army gun, Fett prefers long-range combat.
So it helps to have a jetpack for quick getaways, especially one with a rocket that can nuke small spacecrafts. He also has his trusty EE-3 carbine rifle and blaster pistol, which is powerful enough to vaporize a dude in one shot.
But should an opponent get too close for comfort, or should his jetpack inevitably malfunction, Fett can reacquaint his victims with their maker with his Gaddafi stick, handcrafted by Fett himself as part of a Tusken rite of passage. Kind of like how Jedi make their lightsabers.
Add in your classic flashbang.
Unrelated note, but isn't it kind of cool that Disney Plus shows like these, they bring life to places you never thought they would be in? In the movies, you pretty much hate the Tusken Raiders because they were savages. But in the Boba Fett show, you kind of grow attached to them somehow. it brings life to them. That's what I love about Disney Plus Star Wars shows. They bring life to areas you never thought would come, bringing in some interesting results.
Sonic bombs, gas bombs, motion sensor bombs, and the uber-powerful thermal detonators, and Fetty's basically a one-man army.
Thermal detonators can annihilate small buildings and even this giant stone bridge. Based on its size and the number of bombs used, each one should be packing around 3.5 tons of TNT.
But his weapons aren't all that make Fett so deadly. He's a master marksman, hand-to-hand fighter, and tactician. He'd need to be to take on the Jedi and steal their sweet, sweet laser swords for himself.
He outsmarted the Jedi Master Mace Windu as just a child, and we know he's fought multiple Jedi after the Purge. In the old Legends timeline, he even fought Darth Vader twice. The same Vader who can dogfight at near light speed.
That's why he's decked out with all those tools to distract and confuse Jedi and their space magic long enough to get a clean kill.
And while he has a professional code of honor, when it comes to combat, Fett will use any underhanded tactics he can think of, perfect for fighting honorable Jedi. As my personal hero once said, silly Jedi. If only he was here right now to kill all these stupid meatbags.
That's probably not good.
Boba can crumple steel
what?
doors with ease, outrace explosions with his jetpack, and was shot through the chest and just walked it off. He was, and I quote, very angry about it. Not even the Sarlacc, the giant monster space vagina itself, was able to hold him, no matter the continuity.
Even into middle age, Boba remained a force to be reckoned with. In the older timeline, he led the Mandalorians to victory in the Yuuzhan Vong War, and even trained the Jedi Jaina Solo to defeat her brother, who just so happened to be a Dark Lord of the Sith. I guess even Boba was able to overcome his anti-Jedi prejudices.
And then Disney axed all that. But who gives a shit when you're sitting pretty on Jabba's throne like an absolute pimp? Or like a panther.
He even managed to defeat Cad Bane in a duel, possibly the greatest bounty hunter the galaxy had ever seen up until that point.
Second greatest now is, and look at that dodge, channeling some of that Han shot first energy I see.
So if you ever find yourself in Fett's crosshairs, don't bother running. You'll only die tired.
This is the Lethal Theo's favorite thing ever. One.
The year was 1987. In the balmy jungles of Central America, an elite American Spec Ops unit would come into conflict with Soviet-backed insurgents. Their mission was a success, but little did they know, they were the ones being hunted.
It was almost as if the jungle itself was killing them, but in reality it was a traveler from beyond the stars, a superhuman killing machine whose entire life was devoted to murder.
This was a predator, and these men were its prey.
And this alien hunter had more than enough gnarly gadgets to take Arnie and his crew down, like the plasma caster, a shoulder-mounted laser cannon.
It has a tracking system connected to the Predator's biohelmet, which allows him to see in X-ray, UV, and night vision. This is on top of the Predator's own unique way of seeing, through natural infrared sight. Essentially, he tracks individuals by recognizing differences in heat signatures.
Too bad humans can't do the same, since the Predator's full-body light-bending camouflage makes him invisible to the naked human eye, letting him blend into the shadows and pick off his prey one by one.
But as ruthless as that sounds, the Predator is actually an honorable fighter, who relishes the chance to fight up close and personal with his iconic wrist blades.
And guess what? For as bad as this one Predator was, this dude wasn't even that special. In fact, he was actually kind of a noob. There's a whole planet of these guys.
These are the Yautja. Yautja? 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 They never actually say it in the movies. Yautja society is based around one thing: hunting. The bigger and deadlier the game, the more honor slaying it brings.
Which is why the Predators take on muscly 80s action heroes for breakfast.
Just one failed hunt forever dooms a Yautja to humiliation or death. And since Yautja lifespans can last hundreds of years, that would mean that Elder Hunters have centuries of combat experience and have never been defeated. They have literally kept winning for hundreds of years.
And this is the kind of Predator we're looking at today. The only way to become a fully independent hunter, a blooded hunter, is to slay their equally dangerous rivals. the Xenomorph.
Ah,
With bulletproof skin, acid blood, and retractable penis mouth, these aliens are dangerous enough to take down even the best Yautja hunters.
Which is why they carry a greatly diversified arsenal compared to the original Jungle Hunter. These more exotic weapons are earned over the course of numerous successful hunts and are proof of a Yautja's mastery and experience. Like the retractable combi sticks, net guns, and controllable smart discs that vibrate at supersonic speeds.
Allowing them to kill their ultimate equally dangerous rival, Gary Busey.
They even carry a portable EMP that will disrupt all electronic devices in the vicinity, forcing their prey to fight them on their terms.
Which is when they break out their plasma scythe, made of messed up evil laser energy.
This dark plasma the scythe emits cannot be stopped by conventional matter. Instead of merely cutting a target, its energy passes through their body, ensuring their victim will die in as little as 4 hits.
Even without his arsenal, the Predator is a literal beast. He's strong enough to tear through 2 inches of steel like it.
Okay, regular kill xenomorphs can toss grown men with ease. Wrist gauntlet bomb can destroy entire cities. Manhandled Arnold Schwarzenegger. Beats superhumans. I don't know about superhumans, but okay. Ripped steel walls like tissue paper. Defeated a xenomorph queen, pred alien, and hunter Borga.
Was tissue paper, casually invent the first Mortal Kombat fatality, and give Mother Nature the finger. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh shit!
It helps that Yautja armor is plasma forged, making it incredibly durable.
The Predator is tough enough to take huge gas explosions and fast enough to dodge laser beams.
But even if a Predator is defeated, he is expected to perform one final rite, activating a countdown to a nuclear explosion that vaporizes everything within 300 city blocks. Based on the size of that blast, this would be exploding with 15 times the energy as the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
So, when a Pred wants you dead, there's no escape. Not even an army of Xenomorphs and their queen are enough to take the toughest Predators down. When even Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger shits his pants in your very presence, you know you're as badass as they come. A goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
This episode is sponsored by Hello...
A sexual Tyrannosaurus? I don't get it. Okay? 2 famous bounty hunters in fictional media, in sci-fi. I don't know what to expect. The Yautja has hundreds of years of experience. There are multiple different ranks from what I can understand. The highest ranks is the elders. And Boba Fett, he's just a human, but he has taken on supernatural stuff like the Jedi. And even went toe-to-toe with Darth Vader in the Legends comics. I don't know who I would pick in a fight. I mean, I watched Boba Fett a little more than the Predator, but at the same time, the Predators are badass for different reasons. They can take on alien xenomorphs, which is pretty much one of the deadliest alien species in fictional media ever. These two are very different, and the only thing they have in common is that they are bounty hunters in a sci-fi world. Up! Taking out the carbine rifle as soon as you can. And you just wasted the rocket! Alright, Close quarters combat! Going all Disney's? Okay!
You're mine.
Okay. I have never heard or seen a scythe that the Predator has. Oh! You cauterized the... Oh, okay.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
Really? You had to say it. Also, I'm pretty sure that Star Wars characters do not swear on that level. Oh, you just fucked yourself over.
I'll be taking this. Fools.
I was going to question how Boba Fett could survive the explosion, but at the same time, I just remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger managed just to run and take cover, and of course, there's that armor of his.
Man, Boba was always a one-man army, even as a one-armed man.
Despite the Predator's fearsome power.
Oh, we're having these stats again? Okay. Okay. Boba Fett, Beskar can withstand nearly all of the Predator's attacks. Lightsaber can destroy a Predator's equipment. Yeah, there's that. Greater range and battlefield control. For a while. Vulnerable to epicenter of a nuclear blast. Oh, so you can't get in the dead center. Jetpack prone to malfunction. As always. The Predator is stronger and more experienced, theoretically. Yes. Less varied arsenal, worse mobility and battlefield control. Camouflage can be seen through.
And experience, Fett's versatility and arsenal allowed him to survive this hunt.
While Boba could crumple steel, the Predator could easily tear straight through it, making him the stronger of the two.
But while the Predator could dodge laser beams, Fett could match Force users with near light speed reactions, making them similar in speed.
However, the major difference was durability.
While the Predators are definitely tough, Fett's Beskar armor covers more of his body, and would easily resist almost all of a Predator's arsenal.
Like the plasma caster, usually hot enough to blast a hole through anything. But you know what else is made of plasma? Lightsabers, which bounce off Beskar no problem.
Specialized tools
Okay.
like the Plasma Scythe, with its ability to bypass conventional matter, could manage to kill Fett with a few lucky hits. However, Fett's jetpack and long-range arsenal allowed him to fight safely from a distance.
And Fett's kit countered a lot of what Predator could do. His helmet's infrared could see past Pred's camouflage. His flamethrower messed with Pred's thermal vision, and nothing the Predator had could withstand camouflage. His flamethrower messed with Pred's thermal vision.
Oh, right. That's what I was wondering about. Right. You turned their own vision against them. Perfect.
And nothing the Predator had could withstand a lightsaber strike.
Also, the Predator's EMP could not disable Fett's armor, considering Beskar has withstood bolts of electromagnetic energy before without short-circuiting.
That's not to say the Predator was totally outmatched. He had a lot of similar gear, and a peak Predator would have had centuries of combat experience backing him up. Way more than Boba.
However, Fett was generally trickier. Predators fight with a code of honor and rarely, if ever, employ dirty tactics.
While Fett isn't totally without honor, he still employs dirty tactics to win fair fights, and was more likely to outfox the Pred given the chance.
And of course, none of that would have mattered had the Predator taken them both out with his nuclear suicide bomb. At its epicenter, it would have been more than powerful enough to fry Fett. At its epicenter. The further away you are from the center of a blast, the less energy you're getting hit with.
By our calculations, Boba only needed to get about 50 meters away before the energy he was tanking was only about as much as your average thermal detonator, which the Beskar can survive. And given the countdown lasts 40 seconds, there was more than enough time, especially with a jetpack. Hell, Arnie escaped the same attack just by sprinting.
But perhaps the most important difference is the scope of their prey. Xenomorphs are definitely deadly, but they're not quite as dangerous as a master force user who can read minds and throw starships around like they're made of paper. Fett was definitely prepared for anything the Predator could throw at him, even space magic. The Predator was as deadly and skilled as they come, but Fett's cunning, arsenal, and impenetrable armor gave him the win.
Congrats to Boba! Give him a hand! Oh wait, he's already got one.
The winner is Boba Fett.
Well, okay then.
If you want more Death Metal ASAP, why not?
Sorry, Josh. Or Gwen. Ah, Raiden's coming back from Metal Gear Solid. I just played the first two Metal Gear Solid games sometime around last month. I didn't know what to expect from this fight. I thought it was just going to be interesting because we have two sci-fi bounty hunters at each other's throats, which doesn't have a breast attached. And yeah, the scope of their prey is very different. The alien xenomorphs are some of the deadliest aliens ever. And then you have Jedi and Sith, who are space wizards that can lift up objects. So, yeah. This fight did come close. Hooray for Boba Fett, a character up until the Disney Plus series is pretty much a one-note character or one or two-dimensional character that doesn't say anything, do anything, except maybe bounty hunt the good guys and yet somehow sells toys. I mean, granted, the Disney Plus series is a pretty fun watch, considering how it's not only Boba Fett is characterized in some fashion, but it also breathed life into other areas, especially the Tusken Raiders. I like this death battle, and I cannot believe I got the t-shirt to match for the occasion. If there's one thing I do not like, is that they had to put in the ugly motherfucker thing. A, that's overused, and you can more or less see that coming. I wish that wasn't in there. And B, Star Wars characters, I do not recall them saying shit or fuck. Like, ever. That's pretty much my gripes on it. And there are a few cool creative things about it. Like when Boba Fett uses the flamethrower, sets things on fire, messing with the Predator's vision. That's actually pretty smart. That's really creative and smart. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, turning their own vision against them, of course. In the same way that you could turn Daredevil's super hearing against them. Daredevil has super hearing that's so good that he can more or less see shit, but if you crank up the volume too high, ooh, that's not gonna help you, pal. This is probably the second death battle where one of the contestants, probably the third. this is technically the third, yeah. This is the third death battle I know where a contestant or a fighter loses a limb. I was questioning about the bomb, but they said it took 40 seconds, which is enough time for Boba Fett and even Arnold Schwarzenegger to escape in time. Alright. That makes sense. And hey, Bubba, you may not win against Samus Aran, but at least you got to win against the Predator. And considering the history with the Predators and how deadly they can be, that's saying something. Whether or not they'll compare with Space Wizards is up to question. Well, this was a fun video. I enjoyed it. If you guys like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I hope you have a good day or night and take care.